Well, good morning. I'm Reed Wakefield. I'm the Director of Entrepreneurial Studies at Ashland University. It's called the Morgan Center. I think you heard about Burton D. Morgan from Deb Hoover, who is the president of the Morgan Foundation. But you'll find out that Ashland University is part of the ecosystem of Northeast Ohio promoting entrepreneurship and part of a fabric and a fiber that's here to support entrepreneurs, but also to support the education of future entrepreneurs. 1 in 5 of you are going to start a business. Did you think about that? No? Okay. Well, think about that. You know, you're likely to do something. It took me getting kicked out of the corporate world twice in 1 year to start my business. You know, used to that after a long period of time. But thinking back on it, my parents did a good job of preparing me for that, even when I was 10 years old and wanted to start mowing grass. But you know, there are things that you want to do things and start things and ideas that you have and ideas that you want to act on. Well, I'm here today to talk about Ashland University and do that, and so we'll start with it. Basically, what are the facts? Ashland University, how many people have heard of it? Everybody. Well, that's good. Do you know where it is? It's about 1 hour away from here, 60 miles down Interstate 71 on the way to Columbus. And it's a university that has 2,200 undergraduates. But Ashland's a university. We also have a graduate program. One of the biggest things we do is teach teachers and continuing education for teachers. So that's a huge program that we have at not only in Ashland, but also in Massillon and Westlake, and even in Columbus. We also do our MBA program there. There are about 750 students in the MBA program. So adding all those graduate students, there are 6,500 students at Ashland University. One of the key things, we're a private university, religiously affiliated with the Brethren Church. I know nothing about that denomination, but you know, it's a Christian university. And you know, the key thing is that, number one, 98% of the students receive some kind of financial aid to attend Ashland University. So if concern about the cost of education and college education is a concern, check it out. There's really some significant financial aid that can make it competitive even with state schools. Faculty ratio, 15 to 1. You've got 22 students in this class. That's about average for some of the business classes in the beginning, but as you get higher into your grade levels and work on your majors, the class sizes get smaller. So I have a class size of 9. Imagine having 9 to 1 ratio. I know who you are. I'm connected with you. My students have my cell phone number. They can call me anytime. Do you do that with your teachers? It's a different relationship when you get to college. We've got a 4-year graduation guarantee, so if you don't get it all there, if you plan to do a program and somehow we mess up, the rest of the education is on Ashland University. 3-year degree programs. If you want to get done, go in summertime and get done in 3 years. We have 4 colleges. For our undergraduate, there are arts and sciences, there's education, nursing and health sciences, and business and economics. There are 70 undergraduate majors, and some of the literature I handed out to you lists all those undergraduate majors, including pre-professional programs like dentistry, medicine, law. Can't think of more, but those are there. U.S. News and World Report has ranked Ashland in the top 200 universities in the United States. Princeton Review has listed us for 7 years in the best in the Midwest. This is the College of Business and Economics at Ashland University. Opened up in 2004. Pretty new building. It's not only meaning fairly new, but it's a pretty building. It's a great place to work. The technology is fantastic, and you know, it's you know, just a great place, current technology, and there's a faculty there that has real-world experience. So you're going to learn from people who are not only teachers and professors by profession, but who've been in the real world. So for example, 22 years in the corporate world, 15 years of owning my own business. Isn't that the kind of person you want to learn from? Here are the majors that we have. Isn't the first question some adult asks you, what are you going to major in college? Kind of scary, right? There's a time to work all these things out. And that's actually what the freshman year and the sophomore year is really about, is figuring out what things you like and what do you want to do. So you take an institutional core of courses, English and science and math and those kinds of things. And then if you're interested in business, you'll be taking a business core. So you want to do marketing and finance and accounting and those things. And hopefully through that process, you discover your passion and figure out what your major is going to be. So there are 13 majors listed there, from accounting, business administration, business management, economics, entrepreneurship, fashion merchandising, finance, hospitality management, international business, information systems, marketing, sports management, and supply chain management. And I would dare say that most of you have not necessarily heard of all those majors and have no idea what those are. But hopefully through the process of going through the business core, you'll discover that. Entrepreneurship, what are the academic programs in entrepreneurship? That's the one I want to promote. There's an entrepreneurship major that we have for students. And then there's an entrepreneurship minor for business students, and then also an entrepreneurship minor for non-business students. Any student at Ashland University can get a minor in entrepreneurship. So I'm seeing students from fashion merchandising. I'm seeing students who in the fine arts area taking entrepreneurship. I even had a student in the College of Education take an entrepreneurship course because she wanted to start a child care business. So, makes sense, doesn't it? We also have an MBA entrepreneurship specialization. So we're going through undergraduate all the way through graduate, and not only business students but non-business students. Basically, you know that entrepreneurship is really taking ideas to reality. You know, and there's a definition as the entrepreneurship is the result of a disciplined, systematic process of applying creativity and innovation to the needs and opportunities of the marketplace, connecting to the market. We have ideas all the time. We see needs, we see problems, we see stuff that bugs us. And maybe we can come up with a solution and make the world better. But the big question is this an idea that other people think is a good idea too? And that's the entrepreneurial process of determining, is there a market? And do you have the resources and the people to bring that into reality, and then take a look at the financial aspects of that, and do the financials make sense? Should you put money into an idea that's not going to work out? Or do you figure out, as you will in this class, how to do a feasibility analysis or a business concept plan and take that idea and figure out whether the financials make sense on it? And if they do, start it, do it, have fun. Find those things that are part of your passion. So basically, you're going to create a purposeful action to create a business through the entrepreneurial process. Basically, you want to apply knowledge and skills. You've got to develop those things. You've got to become a driving force for innovation. You learn by doing, experiential learning. That is something that I'm really proud of. Not only do you have faculty that have real-world experiences, but you get to work on real-world problems. Yes, you got to read a textbook. Lots of fun, right? I don't even like doing it. I don't even necessarily like doing slides and things like that. But how do you learn best? By doing things. And in fact, this class is an experiential learning class because you're creating the future of entrepreneurship education in Ohio, I think, as a result of this process. That's an entrepreneurial process, and you're participating in that and making that a part of things. So doing things and learning by doing is a heck of a lot more fun than, you know, reading it out of a textbook and then regurgitating it to me in a test or something like that. Basically, each of us are capable of making a positive difference by creating value in the world. Being significant. Isn't that what you want to be? You don't want to be just the same old, one of a number. Be different. Make changes. Make the world better. Create value in the world. And that's what entrepreneurship is about. So, college. I think everybody's planning to do that from what I heard about this class. So what are you going to get out of college? What happens at the end of 4 years? You're going to graduate. What do you got in your hand?
Degree.
A degree, yeah. Okay. Pardon?
Hopefully a job.
Ooh, a job. That's really the next transition. That's the second most important thing. And I'm walking around with seniors, and they're sitting there, and they're going through this same process you are. You're going through the process, oh, it's my senior year, this is fun. Trouble is, it's going fast, and next year is going to be different. And you're going to be a freshman somewhere, and you're going to find new people, make new friends, and be involved in new things, and really take you to invent yourselves for the future. But what's your resume? You're going to have a degree, you're going to have a major, right? At Ashland, we require you to get a minor. So you get a major and a minor. We also require you to get an internship. Somebody said about getting experience somewhere along the line. Sound good so far? All right. So, how does that look when you go out in the world? Is that enough to get the job at the end? What else do you need to be showing? There are 3 things that employers are looking for. Do you have the skills to do the job? Right? Second thing that they're looking for is, do you have the determination, the energy, the motivation to do the work? You're going to show up on time. You're going to work hard. You're going to make a positive difference for that company. The third thing they're going to look for is, can they stand to work with you? 3 things: fit, do the job, have the motivation, and a person that is a team player, can work with people. Can they get along with you? But how are you going to demonstrate that? Ashland University has student organizations that are related to every major. And with entrepreneurship, we have the Eagle Entrepreneurs, which is affiliated with the national organization of the Collegiate Entrepreneurs Organization. We also have an ACTUS, which is the new name for Students in Free Enterprise. We also have a pre-law society, because there are a lot of business students who are going to go on to law school. So that's available. And then there's also a living and learning community, where a group of freshman students are living on a floor in one of the nicer dormitories, and are living in a community together, guys on one end of the hall, women on the other side, and working together and taking classes together. Sound like an interesting way to go through a thing. So there's a choice to do that. Quickly, there's some ideas about career opportunities in that. Bottom line, I want you to be an entrepreneur wherever you are. Make a difference wherever you are. Whether you're doing something for your own business and yourself, or whether you're working for somebody else. The fastest way to get a promotion and advance in a corporation is to be a problem solver. Be an entrepreneur, called an intrapreneur in a business. Be significant. Take on responsibilities. Solve problems that you see. You know, don't let things happen over and over again. Don't be a person that has blinders on. The Morgan Center for Entrepreneurial Studies is located in the College of Business. This is the entrance off the side of the building. We have a prototype lab, and that's next to my area. And this is an area where students have a lot of technology and have the ability to work on ideas, products or services, or do things with classes. This is a 3D printer. I'm passing around a 3-dimensional eagle that somebody designed and made and printed in 3 dimensions. So if you've got a product idea, you can actually create a prototype doing that. And everybody know CAD drawing stuff? One does. Yeah, that's about the reality of the world. We also have a 3D scanner. So if you make a model in 3 dimensions, so you make it out of Play-Doh or clay or something like that, the 3D scanner can scan that and then turn it into a prototype that you can print out in plastic this way. So that's one of the other things. We got wide format printing things, but I want students to really learn by doing. So if you've got a product idea, start creating a prototype of it. Make it, test it, get it out in front of customers. Find out how to make it better than it really is. Is it going to be significantly different from what your competition is doing in the world? Is it going to solve problems? find that out, learn it experientially, learn it by doing. Basically with Morgan Center for Entrepreneurial Studies, we've got a creativity lab, the Student Entrepreneurship Center, extracurricular programming, the Morgan Lecture Series, and individual student support. And that's Ashton Parsons, and she's getting a check for $500 to help her start her business. That's what I get to do. That's so much fun every day. There's an opportunity to compete in annual business concept competitions or go to the Jumpstart showcase of student entrepreneurs with ideas. Ashley over there has got an idea about creating a pastry and coffee shop down in the Cincinnati area. And Cassie's got an idea for a hat, a knit hat that your ponytail goes through. Somebody likes that idea. So go ahead. So the other thing is that we're affiliated with the Entrepreneurship Education Consortium, and some of the other speakers from the other colleges are people that I know from that consortium. We're competitors. We compete, but we collaborate. And there are 9 colleges and universities that put on extracurricular program and annual regional intercollegiate business concept competition, as well as Entrepreneurship Immersion Week, and those are the students that got to participate in it last year at Case Western Reserve. Year before, when I was president of the organization, we did it at Ashland University. Next year it's going to be at Hiram. So lots of things going on. The Entrepreneurship Education Consortium won the 2010 Innovative Pedagogy Award. Yeah, I had to look up that word too, pedagogy. It's called teaching. Universities, they use big words sometimes. But we're very proud that we're leading the way in the nation about innovative education and universities collaborating together to be part of an entrepreneurial network in Northeast Ohio to make this world a lot better place and give a lot of students the experience in entrepreneurship. Am I at the end? No. One last slide. Mohandas Gandhi said it. Talk about change and things like that. You learn about a lot of change. You saw the video about what was going on in the world and how rapid change is. And Gandhi's challenged all of us to be the change that we want to see in the world. We can do it. Our job is to give you the skills that know how, the skills to help you know how to do those things. I think some of the best things that we learn about doing business concepts and feasibility studies and business plans is knowing what we know, but also knowing what you need to know and how to get that information. And think about that. It's a process. Know the things you need to know the things, and know how to get the information that you need for the future. So, Ashland University, you've got the literature there. It's www.ashland.edu to get to the website. There are lots of opportunities to come and visit. Come take a look at it if you have not taken a look at Ashland University. All right? Thank you very much.